We are back here live on Radio Row here in Phoenix, Arizona, and I am joined by Trey Wingo. Now, you all might have seen this man on ESPN as well back in the day. Now he is with Caesar Sportsbook. Mr. Wingo, first and foremost, thank you for stopping by joining us today. And I would ask what brings you to Phoenix, Arizona, but be a little bit obvious with that big Caesar Sportsbook.
Same thing that brings you here. We're here to see Kansas City in the Super Bowl for a third time in 4 years.
Doesn't get old for myself.
Never does.
I can promise you that. How did you end up at Caesar Sportsbook? I'm actually the same thing I asked Kenny.
Yeah, look, a lot of the folks that are at Caesars are people I used to work with at ESPN. And I got a call from them saying, hey, we want you to come do sort of the stuff that you did when you were doing SportsCenter and NFL Live. And I said, what do you mean? He said, well, we have people to set the odds and all that kind of stuff. So we want you to help people understand why the odds are the way they are. Like, for example, why is this favor? Why is that? And that's sort of what I did for all those years on NFL Live, basically taking the data and looking at it and sort of explaining the game and using the statistics to sort of find out why things are the way they are. And so it's been a lot of fun to reunite with Kenny and a lot of people that I worked with at ESPN for a long time. And we're just sort of doing the same thing, using the data available to us to talk about sports, because that's what makes it fun.
You got these prop bets and I have here, so I'm going to be paying close attention to this stuff because I got bets to make this weekend. So Super Bowl, you get damn near 2,000 type of different prop bets and those types of. What are some of your favorites that you may have betted on before? But what are your favorites to you that you see a lot of people try to bet on?
Well, you mentioned prop bets, right? Because I think that's the funnest way to enjoy the game. Like, for example, this game is a pick 'em, essentially. It started at 2.5, it's now down to 1, and maybe down to even by the time the game is around. And if you don't know who you like in the game, another way to sort of get into it is the prop bet stuff.
Yeah.
And the whole prop bet phase started in 1986 when Caesar's Palace put up 20-1 odds that the Fridge would score an offensive touchdown. The Bears defensive tackle, and he was a rookie that year out of Clemson. And, they put the odds up at 20-1. So much action came in that the odds eventually fell to 2-1.
Wow.
And so every year since then, the odds have stayed a defensive player scoring an offensive touchdown at 20-1. Only one other player has done it in the last 37 years, and that's Mike Vrabel, the Patriots linebacker who caught 2 touchdown passes from Tom Brady in Super Bowl 38 and 39. It's one of the funnest ways to bet, but it rarely pays off. And Vrabel has, by the way, the greatest stat line in the history of the NFL. As a linebacker in his career, he was targeted 12 times, had 12 catches for 12 touchdowns, including 2 in the Super Bowl. It's absolutely remarkable. The greatest thing I've ever seen in my life.
So go back to now. You said that particular prop bet, a defensive player scoring an offensive touchdown.
Yep.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Not a defensive player scoring a touchdown.
Okay, I got
defensive player scoring an offensive touchdown.
Okay.
Only the Fridge and Mike Vrabel twice, the only guys to pull it off.
Yeah, I'm shocked Deion Sanders never tried that. Huh?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay, well, that's good to know.
He had a big catch for the Cowboys in Super Bowl 30 against the Steelers, but they tackled him at like the 8-yard line.
Got you. So, looking at these novelty props, I mean, is there any that stands out besides the Fridge prop that you think people pay or like to play a lot?
Well, there's this one, the coin toss, gets more action than any other prop bet.
Are you serious?
Yeah, the coin toss, which I don't quite understand because it happens and then it's over and like, well, now what do we do, right? So that one goes crazy. What I really like is some of these weird ones that are up here in the upper hand corner, and we'll put it up there right there on the Caesar Sportsbook sheet, which is a sort of a cross-pollination of sports. It's a combination of what goes on Super Bowl Sunday and the Waste Management Open. Like, for example, what'll be more, the fourth round birdies on the 16th hole, which is the par 3 where everybody goes crazy, or first quarter points, and like when you can pull in 2 things happening at the same time, I think that makes it a lot of fun.
Do you enjoy parlays?
Oh, absolutely. And they do the Caesar Sportsbook app now has these quick picks, which are same game parlays right on the app. And there's a really fun way to sort of get into the action and have 3 or 4 things going at once.
What's your thought coming back to sports on this weekend's matchup between Eagles and the Chiefs? How do you see that game unfold in your opinion?
Well, I was on the Chiefs to start the season, so there's no reason to jump off the bandwagon now.
Smart man.
Now, I tell you, the Eagles they're good. They're really good. What I love about this Super Bowl is that it's very rare we get the two teams that were the most consistent and dominant all regular season long make it to Super Bowl Sunday. Yeah. Like last year, the Bengals came out of nowhere. Rams kind of came out of nowhere last year. They lost 3 in a row when Robert Woods went down. Of course, now he's a member of the Titans. And they got hot at the right time. But the year before, Tampa Bay was 7-5 and then won out. Kansas City was 7-4 in 2019, won out. But these two teams have been great from start to finish. It's the first time we've had two number ones since Super Bowl 52. But even that year, the Vikings were also 13-3. The Eagles were the number one based on tiebreakers. The Patriots were 13-3, but so were the Steelers. And it was based on one game head-to-head with that controversial catch, not a catch by the tight end. These two teams went from week 1 to week 18 being the best teams in their respective conferences, and they both made it here, and that is really rare.
What surprises you the most that they've gotten here? Well, I can ask you stuff all day. Yeah. Let people know how they can go and sign up and register with Caesar Sportsbook and anything else.
Yeah, download the Caesar Sportsbook app. It's right there, and we are live in the great state of Kansas. And the app will have all the props for you. Or want to bet it the regular way is also a good way to do it. So, however you want to do it, just enjoy the game and download the app, and it's going to be a great Sunday. And I like the Chiefs.
My man, all right, because I'm going to put on that. Trey Wingo joining us on the ship. We are live again from Phoenix, Arizona on Radio Row. Thank you so very much.
You got it, man. Time. Anytime.
Yes, sir. All right, we'll be back after this timeout.
Kansas City Cocktail Company is a mobile bartending caterer serving the greater Kansas City area. They specialize in creating craft cocktails and providing exceptional service. Their mission is to provide their guests a unique bar and beverage experience and to make their hosts look like superstars and to allow them to enjoy the party. KC Cocktail can bartend any event or any size group or drop off their craft cocktails right to your door. They have multiple mobile bars, including their signature bubble bars, a vintage bar cart, and a horse trailer bar for outdoor venues and events. Check out their website at www.kccocktailco.com or their social on Instagram or Facebook at KC Cocktail Company to get more info on bar setups, pricing, and availability. Or you can call 816-456-4388 or email at hello@kccocktailco.com.